real quick, I'm gonna touch on this Cam Newton, Jalen Hurts, Gilly the Kid situation. Uh, just being real, I have had choice words with Cam Newton before. I met Cam Newton. I didn't like his response to what I said to him, so then I said something to him about his response. And I'm also a Dallas Cowboy fan, and the Eagles. You know how I feel about the Eagles, just based off that. Um, is Cam Newton hating? I I don't really think he's hating because I feel the same way about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is from Houston. I'm from Houston. It's no hate. But is Jalen Hurts one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL? I don't think so. I think he's good. I think he can get better. But would I put him on the same level as just passer wise? You know what? I said something about Jalen Hurts to an Eagles fan, and yeah, it was sarcasm, but it was some truth rooted in it. He's kind of like Tim Tebow. He's a winner. Now he's a better passer than Tim Tebow. He's a better quarterback than Tim Tebow. But as far as like prototypical talent from the NFL quarterback position, nah, Jalen Hurts surrounded by a great team. He's been to two Super Bowls. He's won a Super Bowl, so his resume is really to me better than his skill set. And I'm just being real. I'm not hating on him, but to me and his track record, he's a winner. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's no beef. Um, I think Cam Newton was giving an honest opinion and people jumping on Cam. And I don't really like Cam Newton, so I'm not trying to defend him. But I think people jumping on him because, for one, a lot of people don't like Cam Newton. And two, he has one of the most memorable moments in the Super Bowl for a quarterback when he didn't go for the fumble against Denver. So people hold that over his head. And, Cam is a controversial person. His outfits, motherfucker be looking like Indiana Jones and shit sometimes. So, you gotta take it with a grain of salt, but I do kind of understand what he's saying. As far as just pure pocket passer, skill set, all that. Now, Jalen Hurts can reach these things. I'm not saying that he can't get better, but I do understand what Cam is saying. So Gilly the Kid came to the defense of Jalen Hurts because Gilly the Kid is from Philadelphia and Jalen Hurts plays with the Philadelphia Eagles. So Gilly was basically beating his chest on Cam Newton. Now Cam Newton said something, research. Gilly was a failed rapper. So, Cam brought that up. But then when it was Gil time to respond to that, he started beating his chest about he's one of the big dogs in the podcast game and I can sign you. It's just really corny behavior from both sides. But I think the main thing that Gilly and the internal uh, uh, rage and the reason why this was cool for him to do this is because Cam Newton has a podcast where he had Charleston White on there, and Charleston White said some real fucked up shit about the passing of Gilly's son. So Gilly probably feels that way. And then when you add to the fact that he's speaking about his quarterback, I can understand. But all in all, I think Jalen Hurts can get better. Is he a top 10? He's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. I mean, come on. But he's at that bottom tier. He's somewhere between 8, 9, and 10. If you just my opinion. Off the bat. Yeah, he might be 11 to 12, somewhere around there. He ain't better than Dak. That's for sure. So yeah, just wanted to speak on that. And yeah, I don't I see where Cam is coming from. I see where Cam Newton is coming from.